How to master Bolt in 3 minutes.
Bolt is a very hard brawler to learn that if you don't know how to play him perfectly, then you'll be useless in most of your games. Thankfully, in this video, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about Bolt.
So why play Bolt?
Well,
He's one of the fastest brawlers in the game.
he's very tanky, and he can counter low health brawlers. On the other hand, he is very situational, very difficult to learn, and he struggles against tank brawlers.
Well, let's start with his main attack.
So the weird thing is that this main attack does not deal damage at all, and instead the main way of dealing damage is bumping into enemies. Yes, by simply touching the enemy, Bolt deals 1080 damage.
And that may sound trash, but Bolt's damage is completely based on his speed.
So if he's faster, he deals more damage.
So how to gain speed? Well, pay attention to this meter on top.
When moving in a straight line, you gain more and more speed. But doing any sharp turns or bumping into a wall decreases your speed meter level and can sometimes reset it to 0. So you can still do some slight turns that won't hurt your speed. It's kind of like driving a car, really. This meter below gives you an idea of how you should be turning, but personally, I never looked at it. Okay, now let's get into his actual main attack, Attack Bumper. Using this main attack makes Bolt faster by 2 bars, and if you use this main attack just before bumping into an enemy, you can deal double damage. This main attack is really good for building up speed quickly, and sometimes if you make a sharp turn and lose some speed, you can just tap this main attack to get some of your speed back. And not to mention the damage boost that it gives, though one important thing is that Bolt only has 2 ammo slots, and his reload speed is very slow, so don't spam this all the time. Anyway, let's talk about his super, Overdrive.
This super gives Bolt a 40% damage reduction and makes him charge his speed meter faster.
It also leaves a damaging trail behind him that deals damage to anyone standing on it.
Also, Bolt is the only brawler with a trait that charges up his super when he moves.
Well, except for Max, but that's just a star power. Overall, this super is very overpowered if you have good speed, and using it in 3v3 game modes, Take Control, is really good. Also, it is the only way you can actually deal decent damage because the truth is, Bolt is really bad in 1v1s, especially against tank brawlers, because his bumping damage is not high enough to take down most of them. He's more like the brawler that goes in, does a bit of damage, and then goes out. Anyway, what is the best build for Bolt? The best gadget for Bolt is obviously the first gadget, Oil Change. Using this gadget makes Bolt gain a decaying shield based on his current speed, the maximum being
4,000.
And why did I choose this over the other gadget? Well, because the second gadget is worse in every single way. It's a very short jump that deals pathetic damage, it resets your speed to 0,
And with a 20 seconds cooldown, it's obviously the worst option.
the only thing going for it is that it breaks walls, but that's about it. And for the star power, well, it was kind of a hard choice honestly. At least before they nerfed the second star power to the ground, and now I can say that the first star power, Toss Up, is the best one. It basically makes Bolt knock back enemies when he's at full speed. And for gears, you can't go wrong with any gear. I went for the healing and gadget gear.
His Hypercharge Bowling Bolt
Makes his super destroy walls, which is actually really good. For the best game modes for Bolt, Gem Grabs is hands down the best game mode for Bolt, thanks to his speed and area control using his super.
and in other game modes, he's not as good as Gem Grab, but he's decent.
And that's the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe and goodbye.